potent signs that we are winning the fight against woke corporate power. You know, they've been pushing and they pushing and they push the people too far, and people are now, mainly conservatives, are now speaking out against this Marxist ideology that they're trying to push on everyone. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. The American Marxists have adopted a top-down strategy influenced by Antonio Gramsci, aiming to take control of institutional power and impose their vision on the general population. Their success relied on passivity and unawareness of the masses. However, their plans were disrupted when Donald Trump won presidency, demonstrating that the non-elites held more power than expected. Despite Trump being denied a second term through fair and unfair means, the panic among the ruling class persisted, leading to intensified persecution through the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, aided by their media allies. They rushed to implement their agenda before facing significant backlash from the larger population. Their efforts to transform fundamental aspects of our culture, such as the family and sexual norms, particularly the normalization of the transsexual agenda, proved to be a step too far. The backlash against Bud Light's association with transsexual Dylan Mulvaney struck fear in the hearts of fellow travelers occupying influential positions in corporate America. The significant decline in market capitalization experienced by Bud Light served as a wake-up call, making them realize the consequences of their actions. We see how they try to put out these ads and stuff where they try to show how American they are and stuff like that. People aren't buying it. Unfortunately, it was too late for Alyssa Heinsfield, the former VP of marketing of Bud Light, but executives at Target, who also suffered a multi-billion-dollar loss in market cap after promoting apparel facilitating transsexuality in young children, quickly changed their policies. Initially censoring a conservative book by a prominent thought leader, they faced backlash from conservative figures such as Mark Levin, prompted his supporters to consider boycotting the retailer. Within 24 hours, Target reversed this decision and announced they would carry Levin's book, citing concerns over the title but claiming to offer it for sale nonetheless. Target is not the only corporation facing the consequences of aligning with the radical left. Unilever, a global marketer and owner of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, allowed the subsidiary autonomy in its political stances. Ben & Jerry's controversial Independence Day tweet criticizing the United States led to a loss of approximately $2 billion in Unilever's market capitalization. While Unilever owns numerous other ice cream brands worldwide, if the damage persists or worsens, there may be no contractual impediment to selling or shutting down the subsidiary. And I'm definitely done with Ben and Jerry's because they're un-American. So I'm done supporting these woke companies that are totally antithetical to everything that I believe. Now, another example highlighting the power of conservative backlash is seen in Disney's decline. 2 movies were released over the Independence Day weekend: Angel Studios' Sound of Freedom and Disney's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Despite Indiana Jones having more theaters and higher budget, Sound of Freedom surpassed in sales, grossing over $14 million on its first day. Critics and fans criticized the woke messaging in the latest Indiana Jones installment, leading to disappointment among its audience. If shareholders become aware of this information, it may prompt a revolt to change Disney's management and its perceived gay agenda. Netflix, recognizing the fear of conservative backlash, abandoned the project in partnership with Vox that aimed to create videos explaining racial issues in Hollywood. As the political climate cooled and corporations faced backlash for their social justice initiatives, Netflix decided to kill the project without providing an explanation. Major brands are retreating from the social justice messaging adapted after George Floyd's death as they face the risk of losing subscribers and revenue. Conservatives today find themselves as the new counterculture, changing an entrenched establishment determined to impose its vision and policies. I would have never thought that years ago that us conservatives would be considered the counterculture. But the perils of the 1960s and the 1970s are evident with the roles reversed. Many of the members of the current radical establishment were veterans of the past conflicts. Those who remember this era cannot find solace in the recent demonstrations of power by the masses as they fear the erosion of their own influence. And they know it's the chickens are coming home to roost now, and people are just fed up and tired of this woke ideology and this Marxism. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest news. Until next time, peace.